It's Gavin here, and today I'm joined by David Lewis, who, if you've seen one of the previous videos, he's now one of our account executives, and he has a team of new affiliates that he helps coach and train to success. And Eduardo here is one of them, and it's fair to say Eduardo's getting some pretty cool results, and we're on the cusp of funding a pretty big deal. I won't talk any more about that right now. We'll let Eduardo talk about that. But Eduardo, welcome.
Thank you.
What I wondered, if you could, just to give some people some background that are watching this right now, is just explain how long you've been with the program and kind of your journey up to joining, because I know you were looking at MCA prior to coming in and focusing on real estate. So how did all that kind of play out for you?
So, I mean, it all started the beginning of the year. I wanted to do something that was going to start a side hustle for me. So I started doing my research, landed on some MCA videos, MCA programs. I looked into them, but never really bought into them. So I kept on doing my research, and then I landed on one of your videos saying that why MCA is pretty much trash. So I was like, okay, what did this guy have to say about this? So I just kept on going, I did my research. And so you went off explaining why MCA, it's not really beneficial in the long run. So then I took my notes, and then you started talking about real estate funding and how we could help investors in the real estate market looking for funding to do fix and flips and, other programs as well, which I thought it was super interesting. Knowing some banks, can't provide that funding, and how alternative funding can really help. So then I decided to schedule a call. Long story short, I joined around May, April, I'd say. And luckily, we up to this date, we were able to get a good deal in that's still in the works, but looking to fund pretty soon.
It's a big one. I mean, actually, let's just kind of talk about it. So talk about how it kind of came about. Let's go from the beginning. You obviously, actually, let me just explain for those that you don't know. We've got a training program, and it's kind of plug and play end to end, right? So we provide a lot of organic methods. So we focus on free methods to generate these deals. Everything that anybody needs, even if you've got no experience. As Eduardo, I think is fair to say you had no experience of this before you joined. Yes. And doing this, he came across a potential client, and I'll hand over to you now. Talk us through it. What happened?
So I started doing, what training told me to do, do the sequence, like the email sequence, do what the training tells you to do. I started doing step by step. 2-3 weeks in, I was getting leads in, but it was just, investors just shopping around, as it tends to happen a lot. But I just kept on going. All of a sudden, I get this email saying that, hey, you know what? I want to get this deal funded because my other guys dropped the ball and decided to go, with different terms last minute. And that was to be honest, it was the easiest deal I have gotten thus far, because he just straight away sent everything in. I was like, okay. I was like, David. We were able to actually, he submitted with another person, but luckily we were able to submit, like I say, an hour before with the same lender. So then I sent them a message. I think also David emailed them as well, saying, hey, you know what? We need a little bit more information. We understand that you submitted with another person, but we got here first. And the guy said, yeah, it's actually first come, first serve, because we completely understand if they decide to go elsewhere, knowing we're taking forever to, get something done for them that normally is supposed to take no more than a week.
Yeah.
And so, luckily, he stuck to us. He really liked what, we had to offer, and he signed. Right now, I guess, to what my understanding is, to what David has told me, he's actually putting in more properties than what he wanted to, and so that's something huge on my side that I've never experienced before, because it's a game changer.
It really is. I mean, we say this a lot, and I was about to ask Dave a question in a second, but just on that point, one of the great things about working with real estate investors is, as you're experiencing, they don't just have one property and one deal. If you get a professional, the guys that do this, all the time, then all you've got to do is deliver. All you've got to do is give them what they need, do the right thing, which is what you're doing. And one becomes two, becomes three, becomes something big. And before you know it, you've got these huge opportunities. And Dave, actually, just for the folks, is this the deal? Was this one of the ones that it was a lot smaller and it became a bigger portfolio deal? Is that correct?
No, it was a big portfolio. Yeah, it was a big portfolio when it first came in. But like Eduardo was saying, he had submitted it before, and somebody was just dragging their feet on it. And actually, even before that, he was going through another lender, and with COVID and everything like that, they kind of threw him under the bus, and they changed the rates on him and made things a lot more difficult for him. And he was at the point he just wanted to walk away from it and just not even worry about it. So when we got him submitted to the lender, we seriously submitted his portfolio to the same lender as somebody else an hour later. And that's what Eduardo was talking about. We were going back and forth. So that timing is key sometimes. And like we talk about a lot, time is money, but it's the kind of thing we got it in there just before somebody else did. And luckily, the client wanted to work with us, and also the lender kind of understood. It's like, well, basically it's first come, first serve, and that's the way it goes. So we were able to get him some terms that he likes. And I mean, really, we sent him the quote. He was like, yeah, let's do it. Here's the stuff. We're like, okay, let's go. But it was really quick, really fast. We're still in the process of getting the deal funded, but I just got a whole bunch of emails that are going back and forth between the lender and the client still, and we're just working small things out, getting the appraisals done and everything like that. But it's actually been going pretty well. So,
and I don't want to touch wood right now because I don't want to tempt fate. But what is the commission of this when this deal funds for you, Eduardo?
I believe it's gonna be somewhere around 24,000.
Yep.
I'd say.
Whoa!
I think it's going to come in above that, because
I think so too with the other deals, other properties. Yeah.
So I
well,
think
after taxes, around
what's that?
After taxes, around 24.
and that's figuring on the low. That's like rounding down to the a low number. I think it's actually going to come in a little bit above that. So
yeah, I think so too. Which is, I mean, dude, that's amazing, right? That's a huge opportunity for you. I mean, it's not like it's probably is a life-changing sum. It's a sum of money that creates a solid foundation to keep moving forward on, right? And that's just one client. So imagine when you get 2, 3, 4, 5 doing similar sort of things, it starts to snowball.
Exactly. I mean, it is life-changing. Knowing it's somebody's first deal, doesn't matter how huge of experience you have, how unexperienced you are. I mean, that's a big number. Like, you could do so many things, with that cash flow coming in. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna go out and spend it.
No.
Like, I'm gonna go get a lease on a car or whatever. No, I mean, you gotta be smart.
Lamborghini.
Yeah. Well, I do have a Ferrari flag up here. It's
nice.
That's the goal. No. So I mean, yeah, I mean, it is life changing. I mean, I actually, because I still live with my parents, like they tend to help me out a lot. Especially now with everything going on with COVID, I lost my job. So that was also one of the main reasons why I wanted to get a side hustle going. Not just that, turn it into full time, knowing there's also a lot of free time into it, that it only takes a certain amount of time to get your leads coming in, knowing how easy it is. And then you could just go to Walmart, and shop around or something, do something that that you like doing, and then check your phone. You get some emails that respond, just reply. It's that simple. It is, just hop on the call, reply.
So for those folks that are watching this that perhaps have never done this before, maybe in a similar situation to you, Eduardo, where they're just doing some research, what would you say is the best thing about loan brokering for you?
So the best thing, like I said right now, it's you don't have to be that much of a salesperson to what I've learned thus far, knowing these investors that are looking to, fund their deals. They don't really care what you have going on. They just, want to get their, deals funded. Like, hey, you know what can you provide for me? You know what? Well, this is what we have. This is what we can do. If you like what we have to offer, just send in a free quote. And then that's all you got to do. We'll hit you up in like 2-3 days and we'll take it from there. And that's simplicity. There's
Correct.
no, really much to it.
It really isn't. It's just, I've always said this, it's just the ability to get on with people, just have conversations and just be normal with people, not sell anything. And then I think the other part of it is kind of follow up and do what you say you're going to do, right? Because these guys and girls, they get so much BS from a lot of different brokers that they're often, I think that's the thing, like you just said, they don't really care about us. They care about what they want. And they're not interested in even building a relationship at that point until you can show them that actually you will deliver on what you say you're going to do. And when you see that happening, like with that client, they're like, yeah, I've got more properties. Let's go get more done. And that's where the snowball effect starts to kick in, which is so powerful. And I'm so pleased for you, man, because I can't wait for that thing to fund. And then, and that's just one client. That's what's great. I mean, the funny thing I think is a lot of people come into this program and the first few deals that they fund are small. They're not like 24K by any stretch. You've kind of gone the other way. forget the small stuff. Big time straight away. Big whales.
I mean, to be honest, what I started to focus on was, if I could, get some clients coming in or leads coming in from the commercial perspective or like from multifamily perspective, I know one of them is gonna, it's gonna hit. I know one of them is gonna, reply and, want to, move forward, which I started, focusing more on, what, let's go towards the commercial side, towards the multifamily. And lucky enough, I kept going with my imperfect action because I tend to slack a lot as well. I tend to, send email here and there, and which is bad, obviously. Then you get investors replying back like, oh, okay, thank you, and that's it. But if you were to respond that same day, like, and within an hour or two, then they're more forward with you. They're like, okay, where can I apply? Where can I do this? Where can I do that? Instead of waiting like at night when they're it's already the next day saying, oh, he just replied. So I mean, that's another part where I have to work on. But other than that, that's all it takes. Just do the work, do the boring work, which at the end of the day, it's gonna benefit a lot. How it's benefited me at the moment. I mean, yes, it's still in the works and everything, but I mean, regardless, shit hits the fan and it doesn't get funded. I know how close I got to a place where I've never experienced before. Like, oh shit, like that's a big commission. I've never had something like that coming in life before. So I mean,
you can see it's real, can't you? I think that's the thing. You're at the moment you're within touching distance of that.
Yes.
And as I say, touch wood, it all goes. And to be frank, Dave, I mean, you'll know, I think the guy spent about 15K on appraisals now. So we are at the final straight of this thing coming home, So I don't want to say anything. I hate tempting fate, but short of like nuclear war or something, we're pretty much done, which is good. One thing I wanted to touch on, what you've just actually kind of talked about there, Eduardo, and it's something I put in other videos. And it's like you said, when people respond, you've realised that you kind of need to be on it and get back to them and almost show them that you want their business, and they respect that. You know, they respect people that, you know, you're here to earn money. They understand that, right? But what they want to see is that sharpness of that you want their business. And so I put videos out about being relentless, and this is kind of what I'm talking about. It's just this relentless approach of going after what you want, because there's so much opportunity out there. And as Eduardo was saying, I know sometimes he might slack, but if you do that, then there's a consequence to that, right? There's an outcome, because if you are getting responses and you're not quite there, and the guy next to you is on it, they get the business, and that's how it works.
Yeah, I mean,
so
like
don't slack, Eduardo.
Yeah, I'll try. No, you have to be, like you said, relentless. And I've also seen all the videos you post up on, you know, how to be what's it called, how to follow through with work. I mean, yes, you are an affiliate of a company, but you got to treat it like a business.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's completely different. You're not getting, you know, an hourly wage. Like here, you have to perform in order to, you know, get 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 the commission you really want, or get to a place where you really want to be. So taking that imperfect action, what I mean by that is, you know, just do the work, just follow through. That's it. I mean, it's easy. Like it's super easy to follow through.
It is actually that simple, isn't it? Do the work, follow through, and the rest of it happens. And if you slack off a little bit, or you take your foot off the gas a little bit, then naturally things slow down and the results don't come. You know, it really isn't rocket science.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just, you know, really glad, to be honest. I'm happy I made this decision to actually, you know, get the ball rolling with Ion overall. Besides, because there's a lot of trashy business out there, to be honest, and I've joined plenty, because that's always been me. Like I've been part of the internet business thing that's been going on for, not like, I'd say like 10 years. But I've always, like, businesses out there that have to do with online aren't that really great. They're more based off of theory than anything else. Like, if you do this, it could probably happen. And there's me myself was affected by the shiny object syndrome, where
I think we all get that, dude.
Yeah.
up on a jet, get the girls. And it's like, no, like it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Like, money doesn't, you know, I wish there were money trees out there, you know.
Yeah.
But there isn't. There really isn't. You have to, you know, put the work in.
That's it, right? You've got to put the work in. If you don't put the work in, you don't get anything out. And I think the main thing that I mean, like you, I've joined loads of programs in my time that didn't amount to anything. And there wasn't anything out when I started loan brokering. I don't know about you, Dave, but I think what we've got here now, and what we've realized, I think, is because a lot of us have joined programs and we've seen where the gaps are and why people tend to fail more often than not succeed. And this is why I wanted to do this call today, because I think a lot of the success that we get is because we have so much support for people. It's not just, here's some videos, go watch them and good luck to you. It's like, yeah, there are videos, obviously, but well, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but we are trying to create an environment where it is about belonging to something that's a bit bigger. There's this support. There's other people that can help you. Obviously, you've got Dave in your context. Like, is that how you see it and experience it?
Yes, to be honest, I forgot to add that topic. I mean, the help the Ion has, it's immense. You ask questions, you either have your mentor answer you, or either Gavin will answer you, or any other experienced person will answer you, like any other experienced broker will answer your question. Doesn't matter what kind of question it is. It could be, you know, like the simplest question that you could go back to your training and check it out. Yeah. But for some reason you missed it, they'll still answer that question. Yes, things change over time, like, but they do it for the benefit of us, for the benefit of Ion's affiliates, which is to be honest, if you join, you'll have the help you need, and trust me, you'll make something out of it, especially with the mentors you get and the help.
Thank you,
I
man. I
like
appreciate that. Go on,
I,
Dave. Sorry.
oh no, I like what you said earlier. The imperfect action. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's more about showing up, doing it, slacking off, whatever. I'm not perfect either, but you show up, you do the work, and that's all it takes. It just takes some kind of action towards it. It doesn't have to be perfect. We don't have to be perfect communicators at all, and there's no reason to think that you need to be. But it's the kind of thing that all you got to do is show up, do the work, and it's there. We've got the training in place, and we're working on making it better. But we've got the stuff in there. You go through the steps, same as I did, and you build a pipeline, and next thing you know, you got tons of deals in the pipeline. So they're not all going to be perfect. They're not all going to work out, but they'll be there.
Another thing I would like to add is also, like you said, imperfect action, like I just talked about as well, imperfect action. You don't have to know anything about the business.
Yeah.
Why? Because you have your mentor who wants to schedule a call with one of these investors. Doesn't matter if they're looking for information or they're actually looking for funding. All you have to do is introduce your mentor to the investor. That's it. Just stay quiet, and your mentor will do all the work for you. That's when you start taking notes, write down, like, okay, like, I didn't know you could do this, I didn't know you could do that. That's when you start, writing down your notes. And then all you have to do is at the end of the call, just, thank you for your time. Talk soon. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll know what to say when you're listening to the conversation at the end. You'll know.
How much, Eduardo? I'm just interested because that is definitely something that we actively promote. But from your learning curve perspective, how much do you think that's accelerated things, having Dave being able to kind of take a lead on these calls for you?
So thus far, every single call we have, there's still something I still don't know how to answer. Right now, let's say I make a call and I talk with the person for 2 minutes, and then or like a minute, and then I add David to the call. Why? Because I also want to get that experience with me talking to the client, because I don't want to have David having all my calls. So then you do learn. There's still some systems that I still don't know. For example, if you can't fund a fix and flip, you could use another type of lending, like commercial, to fund the fix and flip. And that's just an example. I did not know that you could do those kind of modifications. And luckily, I've been getting those clients that are wanting some kind of modification, or, oh, do you do this type of lending, or can you provide this type of lending, which obviously I did not know the answer to them, but now I do.
And that's the thing, actually. There's so much to learn, isn't there? That
Yes,
the way we've structured this whole program is that because there's so much to learn, and Eduardo's the perfect case study, we can ensure progress and funding of deals while you're still learning, rather than
Yes.
if you were on your own, you're getting out there, you'd be screwing things up all over the place, learning, yeah, but kind of the progress would be a lot slower, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, without you guys, to be honest, I still would be nowhere. Like I still will be digging myself out the hole.
That's really cool, man. I'm just so happy you're getting these results. Let me ask you that one question just to sort of wrap this whole thing up. Where do you see the future now? Given that you can see this is real, like what do you hope to sort of achieve out of it all?
I want to become a mentor as well. somewhere in the future,
Cool.
or somewhere in the near future. Because to be honest, I love the fact that you guys provide mentors like David. He's been great to me thus far. And I want to, take his place. Not take his place, but be next to him, helping other affiliates as well. And because every single affiliate that joins, they all have their own experience. My experience is I don't have experience in this business, but I'm learning very well. Thanks to my mentor and just Ion community in whole. So I mean that's long term. That's my future with Ion, helping other candidates join and get the ball rolling.
That's really cool to know that, because as you know, the progression into AE is the next natural step. Once you've got some clients that are giving you regular business, that's the next place to go, right? So, sorry, Dave, did I interrupt you there? Were you going to say something?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
I got 2 questions, but go ahead and finish up.
No, please go. Fire away with your questions.
So first question is, Eduardo, how many platforms are you using? Like, are you using LinkedIn, Facebook, and emails, or just emails, or what all are you doing?
So I do my email scraping from Facebook, and that's all I've been using.
That's it?
Yeah. So I join real estate Facebook groups, like investor groups.
Yeah.
And I just get
Don't give away all the secrets.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's one of them. But I mean, it's simple. It's simple. I mean, there's nothing to overthink about.
Yeah. And
so just I gather my emails from Facebook.
And how long does it take you to do your email in the morning, like or afternoon or whatever? How long does it take you to do that?
They say to only get like 50 emails. I normally go out there and do like 150.
Yeah.
It takes like an hour, 2 hours. That's about it.
Yeah, not bad.
And on that note, guys, again, watching this, so one of the first methods we get people going in is direct emailing, right? It's an often overlooked method these days because, like Eduardo was saying, there's so many shiny objects out there now with like how you should do lead generation and how you should do all of this stuff that everyone forgets the stuff that used to work 10 years ago still works today. Yeah. And that's what gives us a bit of an edge because most other people just aren't even doing it anymore. So we take some of the older school methods, obviously we modernize them a little bit, but they're very, very simple for the reason that we want people to get quick traction. So it's certainly feasible within the first 4 weeks of starting, even if you know nothing, to start bringing deals in, right? As if you're leveraging and working with your AE, then that's definitely an outcome that can happen. And, Eduardo didn't happen for him because he went for the big whales to start with. Other people might go for the smaller deals, in which case they might be funding literally in month 2. Doesn't really matter. You go fishing wherever you want to go fishing. But I think the point we want to make here is that the opportunity is real. There are thousands upon thousands of opportunities out there with investors right now. And it's like Eduardo says, there's nothing magical about this. There's no sort of magic source. It's just get out there, do the work hard, be relentless, and it happens. That's it, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to reconvene for another one of these interviews when that deal funds and Eduardo's put his deposit down on his Ferrari. And we'll talk about what's going on next.
Take some keys or something.
Yes.
He's proper blinging it up. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Eduardo, thank you. And, all the best. Brilliant. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Pleasure. No problem. All right, guys. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Talk soon. Thank you.